YouTube, today we're going to be trying out a brand new team featuring Mudsdale, Slowking, Kyurem-Black, and Scrafty. If you do enjoy the videos, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help me out. And make sure you try out the team with the rental code on your screen. 2 weeks to grab it while you can. Paste bin available in the description down below. But otherwise, let's get started and play some games. Hey! Are y'all subscribed to the channel? About 50% of you who watch my videos aren't subscribed to the channel. If you would like to see more cool teams this month, make sure you do so. Thank you. All right, Dark Matter with the Roseli, the Stack Attacker, Garchomp, Yveltal, Incineroar, and Lapras. You know what Pokemon looks really good in this matchup? Their worst nightmare is a Kyurem-Black right here with access to Fusion Bolt, Icicle Spear, which is really threatening to them overall. I just got to figure out a way to beat the Sakataka consistently, which I do have with Scrafty, I think, and the Mudsdale. So yeah, this doesn't seem like a bad option. So what do I want to lead here is my question. Alaki's not a bad lead, but I don't really like it too much. I think Scrafty Kyurem is just like the strongest lead that I have here. I think it's really effective against my opponent's team, and I really do like it. And then in the back, I'm thinking like Mudsdale and Slowking are probably my best options because the Trick Room's really nice. Of course, there is the Stack Attacker. I do have to watch out for the Stack Attacker. Thankfully, Gyro Ball won't do too much, I think, to my team. I don't think I'm going to try to get Trick Room up in this game. It's like not bad to get Trick Room up, but I feel like the immediate pressure I just have a Kyurem, as long as I apply it, should be really good against their team. I guess the foul play from Yveltal is a little bit scarce, so I might have to watch out for going for self-swagger immediately. But I think overall, it's pretty solid, so let's try it out. Let's see if Kyurem-Black can do a lot of work here, because I think it can. I do have to use it effectively, but overall, seems like a pretty decent matchup. So let's find out what they decide to lead here, because I'm not sure. I'd say Lapras. I think they won't veil up immediately because their matchup doesn't seem like that great here. So we're going to see the lead of Lapras plus Incineroar. No, Lapras plus Garchomp. That's fine. Okay. So this is pretty solid for me because I did lead the Kyurem plus the Scrafty right away, and yeah, I have a few options. So I could go for Fake Out. Don't really see a point of that. I don't. Are you gonna be the person who just clicks Swords Dancing for the Kyurem right away? That would be pretty insane right here. Definitely a possible option, but geez, that'd be insane right here. So I can see the Stack Attacker potentially coming in. Not sure if that'd be your play, but it definitely could be. I kind of want to Dynamax immediately. I think it's like Garchomp in the instant, I think, and Lapras attacks here. So I kind of want to go for, not sure. I don't want to Max Lightning right away because I think Max Lightning is not that good of a play right here. I feel like Max Dragon in a Garchomp seems like an okay play because I don't want to activate a policy on Lapras if it is policy on the Lapras. So you know what? I'll go for Max Dragon. It covers a few things, and I'm going to swagger my Kyurem immediately. I think the swagger on Kyurem seems really nice here. We are going to see the Garchomp retreat. This should be out in Incineroar. Yeah, I don't mind taking the chip in Incineroar. That's not too bad, because it'll put in range over like high horsepower. I'll have some pressure against it under Trick Room. Yeah, I don't think this is that bad. Yveltal could be a little bit scary, but I think it's okay for the long run. Maybe I should have dragged into Lapras. That was also another consideration. And if I mean, I'm minus, oh wait, hold on, parting shot's also scary because if they parting shot the Kyurem, I'm a neutral. Yeah, maybe I should have dragged in the Lapras, got some chip off at least. Okay, we do Dynamax our Kyurem right here. Might have been a bit too early with Dynamax, although their Lapras seems slow, so I don't know if this is Protect or not. No, they do attack. Okay. Their Lapras is extremely slow. I guess, like, Kyurem's not exactly the slowest Mon, even with min speed, but still. The Lapras does Dynamax here. Okay. So I wonder, oh, with the Veil, too. I should have got a Dragon off before. I just don't want to activate a policy if I don't have to, but that might have been the play because, yeah, I have no clue right here. We do get a Dragon off in Incineroar. Some chip is nice. Or a crit. Oh, I'm very sorry about that one. But, you know what? We take what we have as an option. We are able to eliminate the Incineroar right away. That means no Parting Shot or Intimidates for the rest of the game. That's really nice. Resonance going to come out here. Into who is my question. Okay, and the Scrafty makes sense. It was a pretty threatening Pokemon offensively here. Okay, I'll take that for sure. I'll gladly take that for sure. Okay, so I am able to, let's see. Am I going to miss Swagger to make up for the crit? No, I'm going to get Swagger off. Man, the game changed so much, I think, with the Incineroar. It would have changed so much with the Parting Shot option, but yeah, I mean, that's something that I've been a victim of multiple times. Turn 1 Dynamax crit. I'm actually surprised it worked in my side of the field because I rarely get that. Let's see. What are they going to go out into? Yveltal? That's fine. I'm going to go for Hailstorm and Yveltal. And I'm going to switch out Scrafty and preserve it, since it's still like a mon that can hit the Lapras decently hard. I'm going to go out into my Mudsdale. I mean, not Mudsdale. Slowking right here to take a potential Geyser. This could definitely be the play. I mean, +1 Hailstorm just threatens the Yveltal slot immensely. I wonder if it's policy on the Yveltal. I'm not too worried because that means it doesn't have foul play. Foul play is only +1 on the Kyurem, so it's not like that big of a deal. I wonder if I still knock out the Yveltal though, because that's a big question. But yeah, we're going to go Slowking here. Foul play does come out. No surprise. So much damage in the Kyurem. Oh man, that was a lot of damage. Here comes Hailstorm though. I hope this picks up the knockout, because if it does, beautiful. Yep, goodbye Yveltal. Okay, Kyurem eating this team alive, and I mean alive. That's some really good damage off. We are able to eliminate the Yveltal right here. Let's see what the Lapras goes for. It's going to be Geyser. I'd imagine this was into the Scrafty slot. Yeah. Okay, beautiful. Slowking able to eat that. Rain's going to get set up, which means I don't take any extra chip damage. And then afterward, Garchomp comes out, and I think I just Hailstorm the Garchomp slot, and I go out in the Scrafty. Although I could also target down the Lapras. Lapras isn't a bad target here, but I mean, I'd rather just Hailstorm the Garchomp if I can eliminate it straight off. I have no idea if it lives Aurora Veil with Aurora Veil, but it's going to take a bunch of damage. So yeah, we're just going to go out back into Scrafty here. For the Slowking slot, I imagine they're going to try to weaken the Kyurem. I don't know if they have Protect on the Garchomp. They should go for it. But yeah, I wonder if it's Assault Vest on the Garchomp. It could be Assault Vest on the Garchomp. I don't know what's better against Sun, Assault Vest, or if it's like a Lum Berry Sword Stance. We are able to get Intimidate off into Garchomp, so if it has Dragon Claw like Life Orb or Choice Band, it will live it. They do Protect, that's fair. Okay. I also have Fake Out Pressure next turn, which is really solid. So Kyurem lives a turn. I can just go for Fake Out into the Garchomp and then like a Fusion Bolt to the Lapras, which is really nice. So here comes a Hailstorm. And a Garchomp almost picks up the knockout. Oh, Kyurem absolutely tearing through my opponent's team through the Aurora Veil. Through the Aurora Veil, might I add. Resonance going to come out once again. This should definitely be into the Kyurem. Yep, this won't pick up the knockout though, because Kyurem is super bulky. Yep, even with a crit when I picked up the knockout. And Garchomp's going to go down to Hail the next turn, but I am going to click Fake Out into the Garchomp slot. I am going to get the initial damage that I think I can get off with the Fusion Bolt into the Lapras slot, and then yeah, this game looks like a wrap. Yeah, a very unfortunate turn one, a crit there. Not much else to say. The game would have definitely been more interesting, I think, overall, but it also depends on how fast the Incineroar is, how much damage I would have done with maybe a potential Hail Max Dragon the following turn, because I might have chosen to actually choose the Incineroar slot. Because the Lapras wasn't like super threatening, and I don't think I want to activate policy with like how the game plan worked. So yeah, they're gonna forfeit. Kyurem teared through their team. Not even +2, just +1. But they did have a lot of weaknesses to Kyurem. Unfortunate crit once again, but I think if I was able to eliminate the Incineroar on turn 2, I think it just depends on how fast the Incineroar is. Is it faster than my Kyurem? Does it get the parting shot off? Do they switch out the Incineroar hard into something else? Which I don't think they would do, because Max Dragon does seem like really threatening there. But yeah, I did have quite a bit of pressure right there, and Kyurem was able to do a bit more work than I expected. But I felt like endgame I could rely on like weakening their team and then getting in Mudsdale and going for the Self Swagger with the Rock Slide, I think. And I think that would have been able to clean up the weakened team. That was my game plan, but it just ended up being accelerated thanks to the Kyurem. If you currently enjoyed the content you're watching and want to see more of it, make sure you check out my other YouTube channels, my second YouTube channel, my Eclipse channel, and of course, make sure you follow the action live on my Twitch channel. All links available in the description down below. All right, we got Will here with a hyper offensive team. We have the Regieleki, the Urshifu, the Cinderace, the Indeedee, Kyogre, and Whimsicott. So this is a pretty scary team because I've feared the hyper offensive matchup, but I've never actually played it before. So this is going to be pretty interesting. I do actually like leading Regieleki here. Now, the reason I like leading Regieleki here is because I have a Choice Scarf, and that might be able to catch my opponent off guard a little bit. So I'm going to lead Regieleki, I think, with Kyurem. I think that's pretty strong here. I think no Mudsdale here. I mean, Mudsdale's kind of nice, and I mean kind of nice. I think I'll have Chandelure though for safety and Scrafty in the back though. Because like Mudsdale's good against Regieleki, but so is Kyurem, right? Kyurem's like my main go-to, I think, in this matchup for Dynamaxing I think I am going to probably Dynamax turn 1 and go on the offense. I don't know what they're going to lead. I could definitely see an Intimidate lead here to try to counteract this Trick Room here. But I could also see them going with like Regieleki or Shifu in the hyper offensive mode to try to like dish out like really punishing damage. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Eleki here lead wise, I think, and with the Kyurem and see how this is going to go. I'm going to probably try to play a bit defensive against their Shifu because I think that's one of the main damage dealers to my team. Let's see how this is going to go though. I do have quite a few tools, I think, in the long term. Close Combat Choice Bandit is going to dish out a ton of damage, though. Although I do have a Chandelure that could switch in, which I think is really nice here as well. Let's see. It really depends on the lead here. Whimsicott plus Intimidate. This is a pretty solid lead for me, actually. Okay. I'll definitely take that. So we do lead our Kyurem plus our Eleki here. And this is pretty nice because I can go for a lot of stuff right here. Like I have some pretty solid options here. They can't switch a route. They have an eject button, but I think it's Mental Herb usually on the Whimsicott on this team. So this is really nice. I am Choice Scarf Eleki, so I do outspeed the Intimidate under Tailwind. So I can go for a Volt Switch here into the Intimidate, and I can go for a Dynamax here and Hailstorm the Whimsicott. And I really do like that option. So I am going to go for the Volt Switch and the Hailstorm right here. Let's see what is going to happen here. Although, who am I Volt Switching into is a question. That's also a question that I should probably have asked myself. This should be fine, though, I think. Because they should have Kyogre in the back, I'm assuming. And then last Pokemon, or Shifu or Cinderace? That's a big question, I think. I don't know who their main Dynamax Pokemon's going to try to be there. If it's a Cinderace, I'm a little bit concerned. If it's a Shifu, I think I can play around it. Let's see. Dynamax the Kyurem immediately. We are going to see the Tailwind come out from Whimsicott. No surprise here. I am the Scarf Eleki, though, so I will outspeed their entire team and get a Volt Switch off. They now know I'm Scarf Eleki. Volt Switch comes out in the Intimidate. It is the Sash on the Intimidate, so I do get a double knockout right here. Oh wait, no, I just crit. And did it crit Volt Switch really not KO? Okay, I'm gonna go Chandelure here though. I'm gonna go Chandelure. This should be expanding for us coming out. This is fine. The reason I'm saving, I could have went Scrafty, right, which is an easier switch in, but the problem with going Scrafty, wow, they did a little bit more to Kyurem than I was hoping for. But yeah, here comes a Hailstorm into Whimsicott. It is going to be able to pick up a knockout, so Whimsicott does go down. The Intimidate goes down, and let's see if my game plan works. So I'm going to switch out into Scrafty the following turn for the Intimidate, specifically because I think slowing down our Shifu and slowing down the Kyogre is really important here. So let's see if I'm right, because if I'm wrong, could be a little bit concerning. Although if they do have Kyogre and if it's Urshifu, I think I'm fine. If it's Cinderace, I'm a little bit concerned, but I should be good in the long run, I think. Urshifu is coming out. Okay, perfect. And this should be Kyogre? Yep. Okay. So this can still be very questionable. I think Scarf Eleki, though, does fantastic here with the Thunder. Now, I have no idea what they're going to opt for, but I am going to go out into Scrafty here for the Intimidate. And I think I max guard with the Kyurem here. Did I max guard or do I? Because I think, yeah, I think I max guard here. I think I max guard here. The reason I think I max guard is because I think I'm planning on sacking the Scrafty for the Intimidate and then bringing out my my Regieleki afterward and getting a Thunder off into Kyogre, as I think Urshifu's probably going to lock itself into Wicked Blow. If it doesn't lock itself into Wicked Blow, this is a big mistake. But yeah, they are going to just go for the Water Spout here, I'd imagine. The Kyogre's faster than their Urshifu. So did they change it to be Scarf? Scrafty goes down. Close Combat comes out. Wait, is it actually Scarf? Did they change it? Or did they run? Oh, I actually have no clue anymore. Eleki, how fast are you? You don't Scarf Eleki does not outspeed Scarf Kyogre and Tailwind. That's a fact. I might be max speed, but yeah, it doesn't change much. I'm worried because I do need Eleki to handle their Urshifu in the end game. I think we go out into Chandelure here and we sack it, unfortunately. I think we gotta hope that big boy Kyurem lives the attacks right here. So we are gonna go for I guess we protect Chandelure, right? Because there's no reason to like sack the Chandelure right here, and we go for the max lightning into the Kyogre. Okay, no Dynamax from my opponent. No surprise. We do protect the Chandelure right here. Let's see. Water Spout is gonna come out. Did my plan work is my question. This is going to do a lot. Actually did less than I thought, but this close combat is going to hurt for sure. It is banded. Okay. I think I lose. Yeah, I think I lose. Unfortunate. Dang it. Wait, hold on. I guess I had to go Icicle, didn't I? Oh, I'm gonna be so upset if I did throw this away based off of let's see. I'm gonna go for Heat Wave here and Thunder onto Kyogre. I'm gonna be so upset if this wasn't Scarf Kyogre. If it was Scarf Kyogre, Water Spout with close combat didn't change anything. I guess I should have went Icicle though, because Chandelure did not change anything realistically. But I was way too worried about like, oh, what if I do live the Water Spout in close combat with the Kyurem, and then I KO the Kyogre, but then I have nothing to deal with the Urshifu because Icicle would go down if it's Scarf Kyogre, and then afterward, yeah. So we are gonna see a Dynamax come out. Wait, is this Dynamax Kyogre? Or is this Dynamax Urshifu? I can see Dynamax Urshifu actually in this game. No, it is Dynamax Kyogre. Wait, we don't even get to find out. Dang it. Dang it. I want to find out the freaking... I want to find out if you're Scarf. I hope you show your team afterward. If you don't... Dang it. Thunder. Give me a para, full para? Nope. Wait, no. The Kyogre's just faster than Urshifu. Is it just Adamant Urshifu? I guess it's just Adamant Urshifu. I thought like they run Jolly Band Urshifu. Also, wait, they were locked into... No, I think the win con there. No, I should have Thunder Shadow Ball. Yeah, I should have Thundered the Kyogre regardless. It's just a question of what did I do to Chandelure there. I think Shadow Ball might have, because I don't think Shadow Ball crit knocked out Kyogre though. Maybe a Shadow Ball crit the Kyogre would have been something. But oh man, I felt like turn one was so perfect, and then I felt like I had a game plan for the back. But then I just didn't. Like, Expanding Force from the Intimidate did a little bit more damage than I was hoping for. I felt like the Intimidate might allow me to live the close combat, but I think it was just messy up on the Kyogre because I have no idea what item that Kyogre is. I think I should have just went into Icicle though, in retrospect. But it's just hard to say because if I don't know their item, like, then if it's not Scarf, I probably win with the Scarf Thunder, but then again, they know I'm Scarf on the Icicle, so I wonder how they would react. Dynamax Urshifu seems pretty bad there. Maybe they Dynamax Kyogre, but they Dynamax Kyogre, right? In order to pick up a knockout, they would trade the Kyogre right for the Icicle, right? Yeah. Or they would target down the Kyurem twice, right? So if they knock out the Kyurem, Chandelure comes in, I have two Thunders against Kyogre, it's fine, I think. If they go for the Icicle, then Kyurem picks up the knockout into Kyogre with the double up, and then it's Bandit or Urshifu locked into close combat next to Chandelure. I guess it basically came down to item, and they don't share the team, unfortunately. So I think I should have went Regieleki though, because I think it was way more likely it was the Scarf Kyogre on the team. I think it was more likely going to be like a Mystic Water or Specs variant, probably Mystic Water, I'd say. So I think if it just really depends on the item, and unfortunately we just don't know. But I guess maybe I just had to risk it there, and unfortunately I got the wrong call. But I think the reason I went Chandelure, of course, as I said before, if it was the Scarf set, I think I had to just bank on the Kyurem living at that point, which unfortunately did not. Maybe part of that was due to Adamant Urshifu, or maybe it just would have KO'd even if it's Jolly, but who knows. All right, Calyrex Ice Rider, which is a weird matchup for me. Not exactly favorable too. Incineroar, the Venusaur, Milotic, Porygon 2, and Riolu. This is a really weird team for me to take on. We do have a Chandelure, which is decent against some of the things, but then some of the other things, it's really awkward. And I mean really awkward. Okay. Oh, am I bringing Slowking? Because Slowking only resists a Calyrex, but doesn't do anything damage-wise. It takes some bulk, sure, but I think I'd rather have offensive options here. I definitely want Chandelure Kyurem. I think it's the lead. It's pretty good, I think, effectively against most of the things my opponent can lead here. And then I think I bring the Scrafty and the Mudsdale in the back. I think it's a pretty safe one here because I don't want to lead Scrafty immediately into Milo, and the Kyurem can threaten the Milo, which is actually a really big plus here, which is kind of why I want to lead the Kyurem here. And Kyurem's not bad against the Calyrex. I think it depends on the moveset. Of course, if it has close combat, that's really difficult. But if it doesn't have close combat, if it's like the Trick Room Protect set, that's really nice for me. I don't know what kind of Calyrex this is, but I'm assuming it has Trick Room. I'm assuming this is copycat Trick Room with the Riolu. And I'd imagine that the Calyrex has some form of Trick Room here. So it probably isn't the Assault Vest set, but the question is, what is the moveset? Like, what's the move? Is it protect or is it close combat? I think that's a big one because usually Icicle Crash is just such a big standard here. We're going to set a Porygon 2 and a Milo right here. Okay, that's fine. Because I do lead the Kyurem plus the Chandelure right here. So how fast is Kyurem? I don't know how fast it is compared to the Milo here. So I can go for the Fusion Bolt right away. I don't think that's a bad play here. Special attack boost is a little bit scary on the P2 here. Let's see. How fast are you? Because I'm trying to figure out what Milo's speed is. Okay, we should be slower than Milo. I'm going to go for Protect Fusion Bolt right here. I think this is a pretty safe play. If they go instant, that's fine. I don't really mind that too much. I'll just go into Scrafty afterward. So I don't think that's a bad play. I also get some free chip into that slot. I think that this should be Incineroar switch or Milo going for damage right here. I wonder if they expect me to have Imprison and not Trick Room here. And I'm kind of curious on how much Fusion Bolt does and what Milo's item is, because maybe Fusion Bolt and a Shadow Ball, for instance, can pick up the knockout Milo. That would be a really nice KO. I'm assuming the P2 probably has some form of Shadow Ball or Foul Play. I think Calyx Shadow Rider could be scary for this team, so I could see it. So let's see. We do see a Muddy Water. Okay. That's fine. The Milo is faster than Kyurem, to be expected here. The Milo Muddy Water doesn't do that much damage to Kyurem. Actually did a decent fair amount. Okay. Fusion Bolt going to come out into the Milo, though. This should do some really solid damage right here, though. Some really good damage. Yeah, almost a knockout. Okay, and I don't lose my Sash, which is nice. And they Trick Room immediately, which is actually pretty big. Okay. I'll take the Trick Room immediately. Yeah, I'll definitely take the Trick Room immediately. I think I want Chandelure healthy so I can deal with the Calyx safer. So I think I go hard in a Mudsdale. This could be Ice Beam, though, but I think I can play around it. This also could be Incineroar coming in. I want to go for Fusion Bolt into Milo and I want a Fusion Bolt, or do I want a Dragon Claw? What's better? I'd say Dragon Claw is probably better. Yeah, Dragon Claw is probably better in this situation. So I'm going to Dragon Claw to Milo and switch on to Mudsdale. The reason I'm going Mudsdale right here is because I get offensive pressure against the instant if it decides to come in, if they play a bit passive here. But also, like, Chandelure Sash, I think, is pretty helpful against the Chandelure, because I think I might Dynamax. It depends on what in the back, but I do see it as a potential Dynamax mon. But we see Milo Protect. Shadow Ball comes out. Yeah, perfect. So I don't know if it's Shadow Ball Ice Beam or Shadow Ball Eerie Impulse, because that's a big question. But still going to be able to eat that up, as we do see the Dragon Claw into that slot. Perfect. So now, I think I just want to go for a Rock Slide here. No, I don't want a Rock Slide here, actually. Do I? No, I don't think I do. I think I just go for a High Horsepower immediately into the Porygon. Or do I want to close combat to weaken it? Because Mudsdale, I don't know if it's going to be slower than this P2. Because it might be Min Speed P2, which means it's not exactly the best option here. I could double up the Milo slot, but of course that does have the risk of Ally Switch here if they do have Ally Switch. I think High Horsepower is just fine. And going for a Dragon Claw here. I could Rock Slide, but I think that's greedy if I miss. So I'd rather just High Horsepower and Dragon Claw right here. And hopefully they'll give me the Milo, because that's a Chandelure threat that I'll gladly take off the hand. And a Dynamax from the P2? Oh, it didn't look like offensive P2 from the damage, even with the +1 special attack boost. Is this Hailstorm? That's fine. Let's see. So Porygon Dynamax is an interesting Dynamax choice. I am going to be able to get a High Horsepower off into Porygon. Okay, so I am slower. That's good to confirm. Max Phantasm into Mudsdale. All right. I don't mind that. I guess they're setting up for Calyrex. Okay. It's an interesting way to set up, but I think I'm okay with it because I get Dragon Claw off into the Milo. Goodbye, Milo, right there. I do have Max Defense Scrafty, and now it's free to switch in, so that's really solid for me. There should be Calyx coming in, so they're setting up for like a KO with like Max Phantasm plus like the Ice move. Okay, I kind of see it. I kind of like that idea. I'm okay with this though. I think I go Scrafty here and I just protect the Kyurem. I could max guard with Kyurem, but I do think I want to Dynamax the Chandelure in this game. So I'll need a little bit of chip on their Pokemon. So we do go Scrafty here for the Intimidate, and he turns to Trick Room left. I'm going to protect the Kyurem here. Then fake out into... What I do? Do I fake? I fake out the Calyrex for sure, and then I think... it depends. This is still a bit of a tricky position. I also really wonder their speed tier on Calyrex, because who's faster between Scrafty and Calyrex is a big question as well. I'll protect the Kyurem here because we'll die to -2 lands, or -1 actually, because the Calyrex is the slowest thing. Okay, that actually helps me. The Scrafty won't take as much damage here. Okay, beautiful. You'll love to see that. All right, here comes the Lance. Yeah, Scrafty absolutely eats that up. We do see another Phantasm, which is completely fine, into the Kyurem slot, which does absolutely no damage right here. Perfect. So this is a pretty okay position, I think. It's not exactly confirmed yet of anything, but I think I can go for a fake out here. I could also go for a self swagger if I want to, but that's obviously a throw here potentially. The question is, do I want to go? So there should be min speed on the Calyrex, the Porygon 2. Well, it could be double min speed. We don't know that for certain. I think I Dragon Claw the Porygon. Yeah, I think I Dragon Claw the Porygon. Because I think I want to close combat the Porygon and Dragon Claw the following turn. Max Strike. Ooh, okay. Double KO. That's a lot of damage though. Okay, that's fine. Oh, do I need Mudsdale for anything anymore? I think it's a Pokemon I sack upcoming. Here comes a Dragon Claw into the Porygon. Good. And now this is where it can get a little bit awkward. I'm not that worried about Calyrex, but I am a little bit worried about Porygon. So I think the play here is to go out into Mudsdale and sack it right here and just protect Kyurem. Because I want Scrafty alive. I could also sack Kyurem here to get the free switch. The problem with that, is there a problem with that? It might be better, actually. No, it is probably better. Yeah, I think it is better to sack. Okay. Yeah, I think it is better to sack here. Goodbye, Kyurem. Thank you for your service. But right now, should I Dragon Claw the... I think I should Dragon Claw the Porygon. Shadowball going to come out into Mudsdale. That's fine. Yeah, I'm faster than the Calyrex. Or they Trick Roomed here for some reason. Yeah, they Glacial Lance. Okay. That's all right. That's all right. That's not too bad. Comes down to our last Pokemon, though. It really does. All right, so they double crit. Wait, was that a double crit? That's funny. Okay. Mudsdale goes down. I should have Dragon Claw the P2, though, because close combat might have been range of close combat. So they do get an attack boost. I don't remember. I think they're at neutral now. I'm pretty sure they're at neutral. So we go Chandelure and we go out into Scrafty here. Now, I wonder if this Calyrex goes down to the Heat Wave here or Shadow Ball. I think I Shadow Ball. I think I Shadow Ball immediately into the... Ooh, this could be... If it's Incineroar back, I'm a little bit concerned. I think my play is to Shadow Ball though and fake out. I could Heat Wave here. I just don't know if Heat Wave picks up the knockout. It is max special attack Chandelure though, and they don't have any special attack. You know what? I'm gonna go for the Heat Wave. I think Heat Wave's the call. And you know what? I could... Actually, wait. No, they don't have Ally Switch. You know what? This is the play. Max Phantasm to Calyrex slot. Close combat the Porygon slot. I think that's a play. I know that this Porygon 2 probably doesn't have Ally Switch. We saw Trick Room. We saw Shadow Ball. We saw a normal type move because we saw the Max Strike earlier. And I'd assume it has Recover. Unless this doesn't have Recover. If this is Ally Switch, I'll flip out right here. Time for Dynamax Chandelure. Come on. Come on, Dynamax Chandelure. Get me some knockouts. Get me some knockouts. I guess if they have Incineroar back, it's a little bit awkward because if they outspeed my Scrafty, that's I did take the defense drop. So here goes a Max Phantasm into the Calyrex, able to pick up the knockout. Yep. But if it was Incineroar in the back, I think I need to knock out Porygon now because if I play too passive with the fake out, it was really bad for me. So yeah, I think I have to go for the close combat here. Let's see. I'm fast in the Porygon. Oh wait, no, they get Tri-Attack off. Should live. Because it's Scrafty. No Tri-Attack. Okay, good thing it wasn't Hyper Beam. I almost considered it being Hyper Beam. Okay, we are able to knock out the Porygon, which is nice here. All right, it comes down to back Pokemon. I don't think it's Incineroar. They've been playing it like it's not been Incineroar because I feel like Incineroar has had multiple times to come in. Venusaur. Okay, we're good. Actually, this could be Sleep Powder. I'm gonna max Flare here, and I'm gonna go for a... I guess I Swagger? I Lash Out, right? Okay, I'm trying to figure this out because I don't know if this is max speed Venusaur or not. I think the best play is actually just a Phantasm. I don't think it's actually just... Yeah, I think it's Phantasm Lash Out. Or it's Phantasm Swagger. I kind of like the idea of Phantasm Swagger more. Now, you might be wondering, why am I going for Swagger? In case the Venusaur is max speed, Sleep Powers my Chandelure. And then I don't break a set on Venusaur. And then if I take maximum turns of sleep, I'm like really worried. So that's why I would go for it, I think, in that position. Because I don't know what the item is on the Venusaur. It could be Sash there, because we haven't seen a Sash on their team. And I thought, okay, what's the worst case scenario that can happen? They sleep powder my Chandelure, they get 3 turns of sleep, and they can earth power continue on. So that was like the worst case I thought for me. And I thought, okay, I think the best way to play around that is to hopefully, and I mean hopefully, go for a Swagger to help reduce the odds. Because if I get the Phantasm off in the Venusaur, I think the game's a wrap anyway, because I have a Focus Sash on the Chandelure. I still have Scrafty alive. Of course, if they knock out the Scrafty, then it's a Sleep Powder Mind game regardless. So it doesn't change much, I think. But I felt like that gave me the most odds. Maybe it didn't. Let me know in the comments down below, because I'm pretty sure it did. But there are obviously so many different situations that could happen. It really just depends on the Venusaur set. But yeah, luckily Dynamax Chandelure came in clutch. Was not expecting the P2 Dynamax, but yeah, I think afterward, I think just stalling out the Trick Room turns. Hopefully, just after they max strike, they kind of just signaled to me they weren't going to attempt to Trick Room anymore. I think the double sack there was actually pretty important for knockouts. That Porygon could have been a little bit scary. I don't know if it's speed type between Porygon and Scrafty. I don't remember. I think Scrafty might be a little bit slower than Porygon naturally. So, but yeah, I'm really glad I didn't go for Fake Out. I think the offensive play was just definitely better, and it definitely, I think, worked in that case. And that is the show. Ooh, Kyurem doing some work. Could have maybe gotten all the wins today, but you know, some things do happen. But Kyurem was pretty impressive today. If you do agree and you did enjoy the action that Kyurem provided, make sure you check out the description down below for the paste spin. But do enjoy by leaving a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help me out. And try out the rental code. You have 2 weeks to grab it before it expires. Maybe next time we'll get some more Mudsdale action, especially with Slowking. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Have a great day, people. And until we bow again, I'll catch y'all later.